This is a passion. People wouldn't be doing this if they don't love it.
I always want to work for Maverick.
It was my dream to fly for these guys ever since I was in flight school.
We are at the Maverick Helicopter Maintenance Facility, the hangar, and we are here with Tim. Tell us a little bit more about our maintenance facility here at Maverick Helicopters, just things that folks at home might want to know or might not know about what makes it so unique and what's given us our Diamond Award of Excellence.
I think Maverick has always had a commitment to the maintenance as far as making sure that it is done right, every time. Safety is key, and I think if you don't focus on the maintenance and do it the right way, that you're not going to be able to maintain that level of safety that we've been able to do. The training, the time that we afford the mechanics to perform the maintenance that's required and beyond, is what affords us the opportunity to get the awards and get the recognition that we have so far.
When I was talking to some of the pilots back over at our terminal, a lot of them were saying actually that one of the reasons why they wanted to work for Maverick is because they heard all these things about our maintenance program and the maintenance standards.
As a company, what interested you in flying for Maverick?
Their safety record. It's not an easy job, but I also wanted to be inside a company that took care of their employees and focused on safety, no matter the cost. Maverick has built that reputation around ever since I was in flight school.
I flew into Henderson, our Henderson operation, with an A-Star, which is a different type of Airbus helicopter. I was just ferrying it, so I was building experience with a much more experienced pilot, fresh out of flight school. And they were demoing that aircraft for the police force out here, Las Vegas Police. And they landed at Maverick Henderson. And as a very impressionable young pilot, walked in and saw the maintenance facility, saw the operation, and saw this huge fleet of beautiful EC-130 helicopters. And I just thought, wow, that's it. That's the company. That's the one that I want to fly for.
The one.
And it doesn't hurt that we have the best safety record here. It's nice to know when you're going into work every single day that you're in the safest environment possible. It's great for our passengers, but it's even better for us as pilots.
You're doing it every
We're
day.
doing it every single day. So I didn't even apply for another company out here. I only applied for Maverick.
Well, it is pretty flattering, and it's nice to know that. And I think it helps us have a better understanding for what they do, and what they have to do every day. The cleanliness, the detail-oriented approach that we have as far as maintenance goes, starts from everything from the inside where the passengers are going to see to the interior workings where they never see. The pilots do appreciate that. And I think that makes us better every day. Being able to work with that really gives us a good relationship that I think is a bit uncanny, that you don't find everywhere in the industry, where the pilots and the maintenance side really get along pretty well, and I think have a lot of trust going back and forth, and that's something that we don't want to infringe upon.
I hear that we have quite a bit of advanced skill level in our maintenance department. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it kind of dovetails off of what we discussed when it comes to the detail-oriented approach that we have. Not only do the pilots have faith in us, but the manufacturers do as well. So they have actually given us extra authority and training and certifications to be able to do a lot of more in-depth work that every other operator might not be allowed to do on their own. We do have a level 3 engine shop, which is something that is unique.
What is that?
Well, there's 4 levels that the engine manufacturer affords for the maintenance. There's a level 1 and 2, which is your basic pre-flight and inspection. Level 2 would be more of your periodical inspections every 600 hours and so often, being able to do certain items on the aircraft, change out components, do certain types of replacements. Level 3 is a little bit beyond that. So level 2, we can take out different modules of the engine, but level 3, we can get into some of those modules in detail.
We are able to do any type of work just short of an overhaul facility. That goes a lot to say for Maverick here. We have a great working relationship with Terra Mecca. They don't just let anybody become level 3 certified. Just to throw it out there, not anybody can be level 3 certified. The last number I heard was in the very low 30s in both North and South America.
Wow.
So it's a pretty a prestigious title, if you want to call it that. Guys here in the engine shop, we take our jobs here very seriously.
Can you tell us about that beautiful aircraft right behind us? Just give us a rundown on a little bit about our EcoStars.
Well, the EC-130, or nowadays called the H-130, is a really good aircraft for what we do. The aircraft is very reliable, manufactured by Airbus. It's really maintenance friendly as well. A lot of us far as mechanics go, we like to work on this aircraft because there's so many areas that are accessible. You know, some aircraft are difficult to work on. Maybe designed more for the pilot. And these actually are really nice. You can see here as you look behind us, you know, we pull off a few covers and panels and we can see a lot of what goes on the aircraft and do the job that we need to do. You know, and if there's less things that are hidden, there's less things that we're going to miss. By being able to see things as clearly and keep them as clean as we do, we're going to be able to do a better job.
That's
so
incredible.
It's an aircraft that fits our requirements pretty nicely.
How much do these come in at? Brand new?
Brand new, going to be looking somewhere in the neighborhood of $3.5 million per copy.
Wow. So you are getting a $3.5 million experience every time you are riding those. You could say that.
Well, as long as you're with us.
Yeah, as long as you're with us. That's a good one. Looking at the work that's being done right now, I see about 4 or 5 different people working on just this one helicopter. What's the maximum amount of people that work on a helicopter at a time?
You can see a lot of the components come off. So it kind of affords the opportunity to have anywhere from 8 to 10 people working on one aircraft, because they can take a component to a separate workstation or a workbench away from the aircraft. But normally we're going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 working on each aircraft to try to get the required inspectors done and the maintenance in general.
Our company here, in my opinion, it's unparalleled with anybody else. I mean, this is the only place that I've worked for where safety really is the number one. Fortunately, we have people in place, from the owners to the presidents of departments. They all agree with that. I love it here. I feel like I have stake in this company. I feel like I've helped develop the department to what it's at. It's my second home. In reality, this is a serious job, and it takes, you know, good people. This is a passion. You know, people wouldn't be doing this if they don't love it.
Right.
You know, I'm going to speak for myself, is that I'm very passionate about this. I mean, I love these things, and I'll do my best to make sure that I'm putting these engines back together correctly. You know, I do work on the airframe as well.
You guys are really what got our company to where it's at in terms of safety standards and everything. So on behalf of all of us, both the company and the passengers, we just want to thank you for all the hard work that you guys do here in this facility. Obviously, you guys care very much about what you do, and it is your guys' passion.